Good morning. Happy Monday to you all. Sorry, I have to turn off my notifications. Turn that on earlier for hubby when he was going on to work. I always like to make sure that he makes it okay. Lots of deer throughout the way that he goes. So, anyway, I hope the day finds you well. I hope the morning finds you well. It's 7:44 a.m. here. Starting a little early. I usually start at 8, but if I'm done with my stuff early in the morning, I'm gonna start early in the morning. Today is June 30th, a lovely Monday. From this morning, it was lovely. I can't say that it was too lovely. Yesterday, towards the evening, we had some torrential rain. It came out of it was like a monsoon outside, and the doggos are like whining, wanting to go out there, and I'm like, oh no. So I was in my PJs. And I was like, okay, I'll let you out. I was relaxing for the day. It was just towards the end of the day. And it was our dinner time. So I'm like, okay, we'll feed you and we'll get you outside. And I get them outside. It is pouring. I go out there and I'm out there less than 5 minutes already soaked. So I'm sitting there like, come on, guys, hurry up. And I'm sitting there and they finally come over to me. They're looking at me like, okay, Mom, let's go in. Jax, he's our youngest doggo. And he's running back and forth trying to go inside. I'm like, okay, let's go. And we go inside. I step in there and I look like I had just gone swimming. I was completely soaked head to toe. It looked like someone just dunked me in a pool and pulled me back out. It was crazy. So that was fun. Had to get a towel, and hubby just got me some dry clothes and a towel. I went into the bathroom because I didn't want to carry water into our bedroom, and I just went to the bathroom and threw my clothes over the shower so they can kind of drip dry. I didn't want to throw them into the dryer because they were completely drenched. So I was just like, nah, I'm not going to let that happen. But yeah, hubby gave all the stuff I needed, got me all toasty and warm from that little issue. Quite fun. We're supposed to get more rain today, but I think it's only a 40% chance, so that's weird that I was able to collect from that. Oh. So yeah, it was fun. It was super fun. Let's see if there's anything broken. Nothing broken. We got some scorched here. There we go. I had a feeling that there was something nearby. I thought it was going to be mutants again, but it was just scorched. Too funny. Too funny. But yeah, it was a fun day yesterday. I did not hop on the game. I did not play at all yesterday, so I had to. I'm like, I'm going to hop on today and just get my dailies done because I wasn't on yesterday. And I need to still get to 100. I've been kind of lacking on that. Usually I'll go and do like an XP run, but what am I gonna do? Sometimes it's just like I want to take a break. I don't want to just continuously play games. I want to do other things, and I got this whole week planned out, so who knows how much time I'm gonna actually be on. I probably will only be on during my live stream because I've got this whole big mess of projects I'm gonna do, and my father-in-law is away on vacation, so I was like, I'm gonna do some things because usually he works third shift. So when I'm up and I'm upstairs vacuuming and everything's loud, he has just gotten home, so I'm like, I don't want to disturb him. And my time in the evening is set aside for other things, so it's just like I don't really have the time to do a lot of weird, like, big projects. So I usually do it on the weekend, and it's one day, and I'm like, I can't really tackle a lot. So I just was like, okay, I'm going to tackle some stuff while he's gone, so that way I don't have to worry about him being disturbed. and there's a lot of stuff that I can just do for him and get the clutter. And there's clutter because unfortunately my husband had lost his mom, so his dad lost his wife, and there's still a bunch of her stuff that needs to be sorted through, and so that way whatever's going to donation, because there's no she was very petite, and none of the female relatives that we know of can fit her clothes, because all of us I definitely cannot. I'm like large chested, and I can't even get her like clothes over my shoulders because I'm just much more bulkier than she was. She was very tiny, very tiny. I think she weighed barely 100 pounds, so she was very small. Anyway, so we're gonna get some of her clothes donated, more of her stuff donated that we don't know. There's a bunch of other things that we have to see if we can find someone who would appreciate them, or I know that he's talking about actually displaying some of the things again, but it's just been so hectic, really. So I want to go and do something nice for him, and really help with the organization. So since we're living here, I'm just like, I'm gonna make the most of it, and I'm home. I'm home all day. My hubby has made it too. I don't have to work right now because I'm going back to school, and he prefers that I not be around a lot of people because he knows how I am. I'm very, I guess I'd be very in tune. There's a word I'm looking for, sensitive. I'm very sensitive to other people, and while I do good at work, most of the things that I do good at is when I'm in an office setting, because I love working on computers. That's like the main thing I like to do. But when it comes to other things like retail and such, it's very hard on me because I interact with people and it drains me completely. It's just not anything that I enjoy doing in that type of setting. And it's mostly just the negative people. If it's negative over the phone, it's easier because I can distance myself from their negativity, their negative energy. But when it's in person, it's just like whatever demons they have, they're there taking jabs at me. You can feel it. You feel the drain. You feel the spikes and the poison. So it is a little difficult to work with the public. Excuse me, I had yawn. It's harder to work with the public in that setting, in person. It really is. And I don't use that as a crutch or anything. Like I have worked in retail. I started out in retail, and it was very draining. I stuck through it, and I was making that a career choice because I do. I love interacting with people. I love talking with people. But when it comes to those negative people, it's not just that they're having a bad day. It's like you can tell the difference between someone having a bad day and then someone who's just negative. That's their life is negative, and the spirits that they have around them and in them just want to destroy everything that they come in contact with. Every person they come in contact with, they want to spread that nastiness. So you could tell the difference for sure. You tell the difference between those people. And when you would get those people that are just nasty, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, you can try and make things right. It's never enough, and they're always they're always the victim. There's nothing anybody can do. It's like you can give them what they want, and they would still be nasty. They just have no life in them. It's just all darkness, and then they try to pass that on to everybody else. Those people are very very hard to be around, and they drain me, and they do a number on you. I just hear the Max borking. I should be okay to collect toilet paper and stuff because of it being the day after. Most people do the dailies the day of, so this is the day after. Most people should be done, so I should have good luck finding all the things that I need and don't have to go to a private. But yeah, I'm able to be at home, so I try to take care as much as I can, and be as helpful as possible. It's just I have this thing where I don't want to be a bother to people. I don't want to disrupt people. I don't want to touch other people's things unless I've been given direct, like, it's okay, you can go through this and just, if you're unsure about something, put it in a box and I'll go through it later, type of thing. They have to give me that okay. I try to respect everybody's boundaries. I try to respect everybody's spaces. But I do like to be helpful. I like to clean. I don't like to clean up after people. I just like to make things tidy. But if people are continuously messy, that I can't stand. I don't. I always say take accountability for yourself, and that means any mess that you make, you clean up. You don't leave it for someone else. If you're dirtying dishes continuously and you're just putting them in the sink for someone else to do, I think that's very disrespectful. I do think that people should be responsible for the things that they do, their actions. So that's stuff I don't like to do at all. But I don't mind helping with the cleaning and stuff. I actually enjoy, which is the weird thing, a green hood. Weird. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Pick this stuff up. What I'll do is just like turn on music and just clean. I like it. It gives me something to do. I like to be clean and I like to be tidy, and it gives you that sense of accomplishment when you finish, because you go from, okay, this is how it used to look, this is how it looks. It's beautiful. It's nice. It's tidy. It's clean. It just like it lightens the air. It lightens your soul. It's the same thing with when you're cleaning the inside out. When you clean your body, also, like if you had a hard day at work. You're all grimy and you go into the shower. It's the same feeling. It's just like you feel fresh, clean, and just type of feeling, you know? Oh, improved bait. Sweet. Glad I came here. I'll pick up all the garbage because it is what it is. Newspaper is cloth. Oh, excuse me. Oh, very yawny today. It's a little warm outside. This morning well, I wouldn't say it was warm, but it definitely was quite it was quite humid, for sure. I'll leave the toilet paper just in case someone else hasn't. Ceramic and stuff. I'm a big hoarder. This gave stuff here just in case. That should be good. At least I know where to go. The cigarettes already spawn right there, so that's quite nice to. I never realized that before, so that was nice. Silver locket for silver. More toilet paper. I'll leave that. Alright, sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we have to do. But cook more rat chunks. I don't really want to do that, so let's just go. Scrap a board game. I collected a board game, so that's perfect. I don't really want to go hunt for mole rats either. Cripple super meme armed. I gotta go cripple heads anyway. Perfect again. Alright, so we're good. I don't want to do a daily up, so I'm going to re-roll that. Oh, man. Oh, my atomic shop's not working, so I can't reroll. I don't want to do it a daily ups. I should have read first. Oh, well. One is not going to hurt me. And if I do join a team that does daily ups, then I probably will join them. Let's see, what is daily ups, actually? It's uplink, it's mole miners, faster. Okay, so it actually should be pretty easy, and it's in Vault 94. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I could probably do that myself. White Claw Karen. That's funny, actually. So let's go ahead and get these other two done. I'll scrap the board game for sure. There is a workbench over here. here. There's that. Alrighty. Not gonna really worry about the junk. I'm gonna get these dailies done, and then we'll do the daily ops. Not a fan of daily ops, but this one here is actually pretty good. Uplink is something you just stand by the little transmitter, and just take out enemies that come for you. Easy as that. Mole miners have very little resistance towards fire, so I'll be able to use my holy fire and then also my cremator. So that will keep me alive pretty well. And yeah, and I've got plenty of ammo. I don't really it doesn't matter. I like how long it takes, so I'm not even gonna worry. I do need to fix this though because I want to cripple and not maim. Like I don't want to like take them out for sure. Cripple head, cripple arm. Alright, so I should be able to do the arms with one mutant, and then I'll have to get 2 mutants for the head because they don't count. Once you cripple it once, that's it. Oh, I guess not. Alright, so that will be the head and arm, and then head. Oh, arm. Should be another mutant here somewhere. Fudge. There's the head. Alright, now I want to switch over. Oh, wrong one. I hear a, I hear a mole miner. He must be upstairs. There we are. Get the thing. Alright, I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna... Oh, there he is. I was like, where is he shooting from? There we go. Alright, so that's all done. Now let's do the daily ops. Well, let's do a daily ops team. Well, I just didn't want to do that, but I tried to leave you. You started shooting at me. So, I'm sorry. I had to. We'll do a daily ops team, and then I'll hop in there. I'm not gonna hop in right here, though. I'll hop in like down here and see. I might go to my camp. There's like nobody really doing Rad Rumble either. That's sad. 337. Wow. Let's actually go to this camp first, and then we'll do. It says we have a strength shower or thunderstorm, so we'll see. And then also today, we have two different verses. I did have, let's see, we have two different verses. The first one that I had this morning was in Matthew chapter 5, verse 44. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. And then the next one was, but I say to you, love your enemies, bless... Oh, that's the wrong one. That's not... Okay, so that was the one. Okay, I was like, what in the world? There we go. I was like, oh, it's the wrong one. No, it's the right one. I was like, oh, okay. I have that one. It's, oh, excuse me. Eatertronic. I don't have an Eatertronic. Not really too, like, worried about it. The Eatertronic is the thing that I thought I had it because I remember putting it on the wall. It's this right here I don't like because you can tell the difference. The skeleton appears much darker than that. Maybe that's because the like the hollow bones and stuff, but who knows? It's just, it's interesting. It is interesting, I guess. I kind of do want to get that Eatertronic to get down some caps. It is something I need to learn. I don't need it, but, you know, why not, right? Get some caps down, and I get a plan that I don't have. Let's see what this looks like. Up on the mechanical bull. That's silly. That's too funny. That really is too funny. The Bucking Brahmin. Great tower. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna get rid of some of these junk. I'll take some water. Here we go. Lock pick practice. Oh, too funny. There's 4 people there now. I don't really want to do it, so it's okay. And I don't know why these are on. But we're gonna go doing daily ops, and we're gonna do that. We're pretty at a good spot, I think. I mean, we're not close from, like, far from the. I have a camp here. Can't do it because that person camps too close. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I have this camp up. So. Ew. I thought I was gonna hurt myself on that one. So good thing I didn't. I'll read more into the verse here with our daily devotional. I like this camp. This is locked, this isn't. This is locked, this isn't. I know, it makes no sense. I just didn't know if anyone could change anything, because I don't know. There's this part of me that's like, okay, I think people can change it. Because otherwise, why would it need to be, like, you know. I'll do Anchorage Ace, maybe. The chainsaw is what I had. I think the chainsaw I'll put back in here. Chainsaw right here. That's what I had up there. I was like, it's empty. I like this right here, and this is really easy. You just use this little mat that's at the bottom. So you set this shelf on the mat, and you can use that mat to scoot the shelf against the wall, and you just line up these right here, this weapon displays, and I use the small ones because they fit right back there perfectly. So just line them up, and they line up perfectly, almost perfectly, with the thing. The bottom one, not so much. I mean, this one here, I kind of messed up on. This one got perfect because, well, almost perfect. It's still clipping the bottom, but I really couldn't do much without shifting further up, and then it would go red. So I'm like, okay, I'll leave it right here. But yeah, you just do that. So line those up with where you think they will line up with these. And I did that before putting this stuff down. So I would put this against the wall over here, and then I would put the weapon displays next to it and try to line up as possible, like best as possible. And then I'll put the weapons on there, and then you can still do, like, I can move this and access the panels. I can get up on here. Like, I can still access, what in the world? That is not what I wanted. I wanted up here. I could still access them, like right here, see? You can still access them from the side. You can't see them though. And then you just scoot it with the mat to it. And instead of saying it's intersecting, it'll just go through, because it's gonna register most likely the mat and not this when you're grabbing the mat. So it's like this thing didn't exist. Now if you try to push it too close to the wall, it will go red, but it goes far enough where it looks like the weapon is being displayed inside the cabinet. I like it. It's a nice little touch, especially for this area. This camp is just like a hodgepodge of an idea. So I wasn't too concerned about the weapons being there. It's like super dark because of the red storm. I do this for the fishing part of it. But yeah, so that's what that is. This camp is like, I say all of them are my favorites, but honestly, they really all are. Definitely one of my top 10 that I've built for sure. It doesn't make sense with the wall, but I know I've said this in another video. I wanted to build this. Every build I keep in mind with, like, if it was my husband and I in the game, and I build it according to that. So I've already got my touch. I've got his touch. You know, he's the king of the castle. So I make sure that the living area is going to be comfortable for him, and then I make our bedroom comfortable for the both of us. So it's not too girly, but it's also not too masculine. It's got a nice mixture of both, a nice balance. And then of course I've got the kitchen area with the pink wallpaper, because I'm mostly in the kitchen because I'm the one who loves to cook. I'm the one who likes to provide. That's one of my love languages, is to cook for the people I love. So I designed the kitchen with just me in mind, and then this little table here with 2 chairs. We don't typically eat at a table. We just don't have the room for a table right now, so we typically just sit down and eat. Our usual routine is I'll have dinner started or done when he's coming from work, depending on what he's got going on. If he has an appointment or something, I will wait until his appointment's off. Like today, he's got to go to the dentist, so I won't start dinner until I know that he's going to be about the time he'll be back. So that way it does give time to cool off, but it's not too cold when he comes home, because he doesn't really like hot food. He likes spicy, but not hot where it burns. He likes to cool it off some, so he'll put it in the fridge anyway. So yeah, it works out perfectly. But we'll have our meals, and then I like him to relax, of course, after work. So we'll say hi, we'll talk. I'll ask him, of course, how everything's gone at work, how the last, couple of hours were, because he talks to me at lunch, and then he's home. He's home after lunch, probably, I think it's like 2.5 hours after his lunch, he's home. So I'll ask him how those last 2.5 hours were, because I already know how the rest of the day was. And then he'll tell me if there's any additional information or any tea that happened at work. And then we'll pray over our food, and then we'll settle in, and he'll play his game while we continue to talk and eat, and he just relaxes for the rest of the day. Of course, doing any chores that need to be done that I couldn't do, if I asked him to, he'll do that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the daily ops and get this out of the way. And then I got to take care of my might carry weight because holy heck. Alright, so in Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, Jesus gives us profound command. He gives us a profound command. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Very hard to do. I know. It was hard to do. Because you have been taught you've been taught, sometimes not knowingly been taught, but it's just been like, it's been like you observed it as a child and you kind of just learn it as well. That if someone is mean to you, you speak up. You know, you have to prove your right, prove your innocence. And it's taken a lot for me to understand that I don't need to prove myself to people. If someone is going to talk down to me and they're going to be mean to me, and they're going to bully me, or they're going to say things that are not true, I'm not going to spend my energy trying to clear my name from them, because they're just not, it's not really going to matter. Because it's just going to be, if you say one thing, they're going to come back and do something else, you know. So, and then it's just like praying for them. There's the part in the Bible where, you know, it's mentioned that we're not fighting we're not fighting the flesh and blood. We're fighting the spirit. And that verse is what I go to remind myself that it's not the person, because Jesus himself said when he was on that cross, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. And he's speaking because the people are so overcome with these spirits that are in them, that have overtaken the word of God, the voice of God, that they honestly are not in the driver's seat. It's these spirits that are in the driver's seat that are kind of manipulating them, and they don't see it. They're not awake. You know, they're taking a back seat while they let all these spirits do their talking, do their thinking. So, and they think that it's them. You know, they think that that's them, that's how they feel, and it's really not how they feel. This is just what's in their head. So that's one of the verse that really helped me. And I haven't memorized like the verses. I know the Bible, but I haven't memorized. I don't memorize stuff that easily when it comes to like numbers and stuff. I can tell you like, oh yeah, I know that one, and I can tell you some things about it. I can't tell you, oh, this is verse, you know, this is like in Matthew, you know, chapter 5 verse 44. I couldn't give that direct, but I can tell you, you know, this is what it says in the Bible. And then I can look it up for you, what verse it is, that you, if you want to go and do that. But of course, but that is the part that I try to keep in mind. And I'm doing that right now with my brother. My brother is my brother and my father. My dad, not my father. My dad. My father is Heavenly Father. He's the only father I have. But my dad, my human dad. I'm having some problems with them, and their behaviors are starting to become unacceptable, and it's hurting the family around them. I'm not near them. I left in 2019, and I've been over there once to visit last year. I did go over last year to visit with them. I was supposed to stay a week, but I felt so unwelcome there that I only stayed 3 days. I did. I pleaded to, like, I was crying on the phone every night with my husband. I just didn't want to be there because I just felt so unwelcome. Now I kind of understand why I felt so unwelcome, is because there's a lot of things happening that, like, and there's a lot of lies that are going around about me to people who didn't even know me. They didn't know me, and my family was telling them lies so they wouldn't reach out to me. It would be like someone who's going into the family. My brother was engaged at one point, and I had just learned about it. They had been together about a year, and I had just learned about it, and I was like, oh, I might have a sister-in-law, and then I found out she had kids, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have nieces and nephews. I was so excited. And I was so bummed because I tried to reach out, and I wanted to have a relationship with them. I wanted to get to know them. I was so happy. And then I would try and nothing. And I would call and it would still be nothing. And it would be like, okay, I guess they don't really care for me. And I had a hunch that was the reason why, is because they were telling lies. And I got that confirmation. I got confirmation on a lot of things that I saw in spirit that I was like, that can't be true. That can't be true. But it honestly was true. And it really did hurt me to find out all of this stuff. And it found out, like, I was able to go like, okay, I'm doubting my Father. I'm doubting the Holy Spirit. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop that because you gave me the confirmation that I needed. You're showing me that what you're saying is true. I'm going to listen to you. And I did. I have been on the phone with them. I spent 8 hours on Sunday. And then I spent another 5 hours on the phone with my sister yesterday. Oh, Sunday. Saturday. Saturday was the day I spent over 8 hours on the phone, and then I spent 5 hours on the phone with my sister yesterday. That's the longest I've ever talked to my sister. And then my brother also called me yesterday as well, trying to get forgiveness. And I told him I forgave him, of course, but I had to explain to him that just because I forgive you doesn't mean that I'm going to allow you into my life right now because of the things that you've done. Sure, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to continue to let you hurt me over and over and over and over again. You've done some pretty bad things. You've said some pretty awful things. You've been lying about me to people. And while I do forgive you, you don't know. And I keep that in mind. It's like he's not aware. And I told him that the things that I see in him, and he acknowledged it, but then I found out that he was now going back on that and tearing me down again and behind my back. So all I did this morning was just pray for him. I prayed that God would to nudge him and show him if he could to let him hear God's voice, and I went it for my entire family, because my entire family, his ex, my brother's ex, I was praying over her and her kids because they really did go through things they didn't need to go through with him, and it was really hard to hear a lot of the things. It didn't surprise me, though. It didn't surprise me because I remember how I grew up, and I remember the things that I would go through with him, and even into my adulthood, and how he would treat me, and how he would treat my sister and my brother, and it was just now I understand the reason why I was out of that house when I did, is because if I had been diagnosed with cancer there, I don't think I would have made it out alive, because I didn't have any support. I didn't have any support. And honestly, I thought that like leaving and coming here was a mistake at one point, and now I see that that's not the case. It's not a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was God saving my life. It was God, bringing me to a place that I needed to be. Anyway, so it continues on. This directive challenges us to rise above our natural instincts. Instead of retaliating against those who wrong us, Jesus calls us to respond with love and prayer. Reflecting on this verse, we see a call to compassion that defies logic and human nature. In a world often governed by reciprocal actions and justice based on merit, Jesus introduces a radical form of love. This love isn't based on worthiness of the recipient, but on the grace of the giver. Loving our enemies requires a heart transformation that only God can provide. It demands humility and recognition that we too were once at odds with God, yet He loved us first. Through His grace, we have power to extend that same love to others, breaking cycles of hatred and hostility. In our modern context, this command feels especially relevant. We live in a time where division and conflict are rampant, both globally and personally. The call to love those who oppose us and pray for them is not only countercultural, but revolutionary. It is a step towards healing relationships and fostering peace. That definitely is. And then when you go into the considerations, you know, how can you practice loving your enemies in your own life? Is there someone you struggle to forgive or pray for? Take a moment to reflect on how you can embody this teaching. Ask God to soften your heart and guide your actions towards those who may have hurt you. By doing so, you become a conduit of God's love and a beacon of his transformative powers. Definitely something I relate to today. I related to it, like I had to struggle to forgive the people in my life. It was really hard to, because it's like I didn't deserve it. I knew I didn't deserve it, but I don't want to, like, I honestly was like, I look at the people who keep hatred, and I'm like, I don't want to end up like that. And my brother's a prime example. It's like, I don't want to end up like that. I don't want to end up like he is. I don't want to end up like just sour and hardened and just not loving people and being so like angry all the time. It's just not, it's not how I want to live life. Oh, won't let me. Ooh, super speedy. If I had other people, it'd be much easier. Oh no. Oh no. No. I don't want to go down. Darn it. Man, these guys are relentless. It's so funny because you get like a lot of people in here, and it's just like, what the heck? Oh shoot, you scared me, dude. All I did was like look around. Am I not safe anywhere for these guys' shoes? For some reason, it's really hard for me to... It's almost done. It's almost done. So, we'll, I've got a lot of stem packs. I'm not too worried about it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Up over here. I don't think I've ever gone through that many enemies. It's nuts. I think on here I can, but this is like, oh. Oh dear, this is gonna be a difficult one. There's not really any place to hide. They're gonna come from all sides. Oh man. Oh, this is difficult. That movement speed. Oh man, it gets you. It gets you. And it takes forever to reload, I mean to respawn too. It's like, holy moly. I don't know if it's down there or up here. Oh, it's downstairs, okay. And your like sneak doesn't really like oh it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for sneak. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Oh gosh, yeah, look at that. Holy heck. Not doing this in 8 minutes. That's nuts. They're so fast. Jeez, one hit. They're everywhere. I just want to do a daily ops. Can I get where it can be safe? Oh man. Oh, I'm not getting any speed boost. Oh man, this is hard. Oh man, oh man. It takes so much time to like stem pack. That's the thing that really gets you. Reload. Holy criminy. Batman. Where's the enemy at? He's over here. Oh, there he is, up there. Oh man. There we go. Alright, let's do. We didn't do too bad. We got the basic initiate, I think. Oh, we got Paladin. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Didn't get any rare, but you know. We finished it, and that's what matters. That's what matters. Excuse me. Got the hiccups. Oh, that felt good. I stretched my shoulders. Heard a little pop. Alrighty, so that was the end of our dailies. We got all the dailies in, so that's perfect. I think what we can do is do some fishing. I want the atomic shop to open so I can get the thing, but I'll have to close the game, and if I close the game, it'll close the live stream up, and I have, let's see, what time do I have on the broadcast? It's 51 minutes. I've got a couple of minutes to broadcast yet. I'm gonna end it like right now, but because we're gonna be like really talking about there we go. Talking about like I'll just stare at the butterflies. These are beautiful. And the pretty butterflies. I love the butterflies. The Butterfly Sanctuary, when we first it came out, I just was like, yes, I gotta get it. I couldn't help myself. A few versions come out, but this one was just like, no, I've got one. I'm okay with that. And then also the flower. I don't know if I have any here, but they're flower vases, like the baskets like this, and then they have like butterflies that float around them. You can tell there's butterflies right there. I think I have them in the bathroom. Yeah, right here. These here have butterflies that flutter around. It's very nice. I like it. Shut the bathroom door. But yes, we will stare here at this beautiful camp that if I don't say so myself, it is one of another time I'm going to say this, one of my favorite camps. Now, the funny thing is, this location specifically, I have had a camp here since forever. I have had a camp here for so many years. It's not even funny. They've changed over the years, yes. But I've always had a camp here. Always have. The other camp I had here was on the other account. But I've always had a camp here. I've always liked this spot. It's just always nice. It's got a little waterfall, the creek. It's got water, so you can have a lot of different types of builds here. With the location. I don't know, it's something about this location I really like. It's the same with the location that's down here. In this area here, these little forks, like right here and like right here, are really good to build on, because you can build this like little cute boardwalk around, because your whole entire camp can encompass the fork. So you can build this little boardwalk, and it's so immersive. It's one of my favorite places to build as well. And then there's this location here in the ash heap. You can make a place that looks very immersive as well, because it can blend in with the surroundings. There's other cabins around the little pond, the little lake that's there. Another place I like to build is right here. White Spring is a good area for it used to be for traffic if you have a camp that has a shop. And this location is usually outside the nuke zone if someone decides to nuke White Springs. So this camp is usually safe. Usually, not always. And then people, again, will it's a good place to build for traffic, because you're close to White Springs Station. People are going to be there. White Springs is a free fast travel point, so they're not paying caps. So most people are going to end up going there. Another build location I like is this lake right here. And then we have the area here in Flatwoods. That's a great location if you want to build something that's very immersive, and part of the game, because you can build around a building. Another place I like to build is this location here next to the lumber mill, because you can incorporate the lumber mill with it because you're building quite close, and there's a pond right here. So it's a win-win for fishing. Another camp I've got these locations is this one and this one. These two, there's no significant location, reasons for a location. There is a camp that's right up here. I think it's like right in this area on my other account. If you build right here, there's a little picnic table. Alice in Wonderland, where the Mad Hatter is doing the tea party. There's a reference to that. There's an Easter egg right there. You can build in that area. And there is a nice little place you can build. I built a camp that comes up off the side, so you can build a multi-tier, and it looks so seamless. It's just really nice. So that location is a really good place to build. There's the locations that are over here for waterfalls, and then up here I've got another camp. This one here I did a walkthrough not too long ago. This is two waterfalls that you can build next to right there. And this location I like because of just that one waterfall, like the main waterfall. The camp that I built there, definitely one of my top fives. I love the way it turned out. I wasn't even building, or I didn't have really any thought in my mind. I was just building, and whatever came to mind is what I went to. And once I had the shell, I was able to tweak it here and there, and it just came out of the woodwork. It was really nice. Another camp that I would say, another building place in the Skyline Valley, is right around where this camp is. So this place, the Three Ponds, you can build around that location. So if you're looking for something with waterfalls, there's multiple waterfalls right here that you can build. Another location that you can build at is just down here. You see these two rivers that are down here, these two creeks? You can build just outside the map line. You can build down here. And there's some really good places down there to build. I had one camp that was down here, and then one camp that was over here. At one point, I moved them. They were on my low level. I moved them, so I don't have them down there anymore. I settled for the location that's down in this area. So, yeah, good places to build. I'm not a fan of the Cranberry Bog. The only reason I have Camp 18 there is because that's my movable camp for the fishing. It takes my weather machine with me. So if I'm trying to finish a fishing like this one here, I need to get 2 more glowing bog lurkers. So I have that camp there because that's in the bog region, the Cranberry Bog. If I was going for anything else, I probably would not have that camp there because I'm not too keen on. I'm gonna go here because I still have to do my daily from yesterday on my thing, so I best get that done. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. The Mire is another place. I did have a camp at the Mire at one point. It was overlooking. There's a waterfall that's there too. I don't recall exactly where it was located, but when I did celebrate Halloween, I built a Halloween camp there. And that location, it didn't get a lot of traffic. A lot of people didn't show up. There's another camp that is in the Mire that is like in this eerie swamp location. Great for a camp that's spooky. But once I got into my faith, I just fell away from most of those holidays. I don't want to. It's not that I just I'm like, ew. If you celebrate, that's fine. But I personally don't want to. I feel something when I think about celebrating. Like how I used to celebrate, I just, something feels off. So that's the only reason. Let's get the daily. I have one more daily and I get the plushie. So we'll get this out of the way. My hair is just blowing everywhere. Alright, let's see where we're going. We are going to the Toxic Valley. Let's see if we have any camps down the Toxic. Oh, we do have camps. I wonder if they have a weather machine. We'll take a look there. There's 72 plans. You don't have to, like, the circle where it says that you can go, that's just a suggestion. Like, if you don't know the area that well, that's what that is. That's a suggestion saying here you can go here to find what you're looking for. It's the same thing, like, if you have a little quest that says, you know, you need to go collect 3 bloatfly glands or 5 radstag pieces of meat. You don't have to go to that specific location. If you know of other locations that have that animal, for example, you can go there and collect what you need. Those are just suggestions if you're not familiar, because they don't know when they're doing these quests what level you're going to be at when you encounter them. So they make it easier. So if you're, you know, relatively new and you don't know where to go, then oh, they got the weather machine. Sweet, I'll come here. So you're not going to know. You know, you can go other places for those. It's the same thing with collecting things. Like if you have to collect the tubes. I think the tubes, though, I do go because it's like those are very specific. And I don't know. Like, I don't pay attention where I can get vacuum tubes any other place. So I'm like, okay, I'll go there. But, like, for anything, if you know where to go to get that certain object or to get that, like, animal, you can go wherever. It's the same thing for fishing. If you're doing the fishing quest, you don't have to go to that where that circle is. If you know other locations within that region, you can just go there. Especially if there's a camp that you find, go to that camp, because if it's by water, chances are they're gonna have a weather machine. And I say that because with the weather machine, it increases your chance to collect the harder, and they just left. They just left. Well, that was rude. Well, they could have blue screened too, but I should have just, like, stayed because it was still, like, sprinkling. But oh well. But anyway, the camps, chances are they're going to have a weather machine, and it increases your chances of catching one of the rarer fish in the region. Especially doing the challenge to catch, like, the 4 different fish types. So, just an FYI, if you are new to the game and think that you have to follow the circle when it comes to, like, fishing or those smaller quests, you don't necessarily have to. It depends on what they're asking you to do. So just keep that in mind. Again, especially for fishing, because you could get lucky and get a camp that is by water in that region and has a weather machine, which will make your fishing experience a little bit more fruitful with hooking the more rare fish. Especially if you're in the mire. If you're in the mire, because that way you can catch the axolotls. I've gotten 2 axolotls. I think you have to catch 3 total for the axolotl. The prefix or suffix. Not that I'm after it, but, like, I've only caught 2 axolotls anyway. And you can only catch 1 each month for, you know, you can't do, like, June's and then go on to July's. You have to wait for the month to refresh. So we have to wait for the month to refresh. Oh, by the way, I've got to do this. Let me push circle. My brother-in-law's birthday today, so I just sent him a quick happy birthday. Disappointing. I was hoping that they'd keep that I'd have that weather machine. I don't think I have to catch anything here. I think I have to go to Wavy Willards too. I should probably do Wavy Willards, actually. I've got, 3 more fish after this to catch? These common, uncommon fish are a pain in the butt. Let's go to Wavy. We go to Wavy. If we go to Wavy Willards, we at least have a chance to catch the... There's a regional fish, which is called Wavy Willard. I do have to go pretty soon, though. I know, I'm gonna go over. I'm not gonna worry about it. I have plenty of time before I have to, hop off the live stream, for hubby's break. So I've got plenty of time for that. I've got like another like 40 minutes before his break. So I'm like, why not? Let's do the fishing daily, get that over and done with. And take a look at how much fuel I have. Before I went into daily ops, I had 4,000. Now I'm up to 5,600. Oh, and look. Well, this is a good sign. Maybe I don't have to go and waste any ammo on these guys. Looks like someone had just gotten here to fish. Which I'm happy about, because less for me to do. I can just go fishing. Sweet. And the reason I say that they just had to have come through is because usually if you spawn in after a person does, they will respawn. The enemies will respawn. And these guys are not respawns. Where'd they go? Oh, hey, look at there. I'm assuming they were after... Maybe I'll get the bait improved. Yes, take that. Oh, he must be down here in the lazy river. There we go. So that leaves 2 mole miners, and we weren't even looking for mole miners. And then we have most of the scorch taken care of for us. Let's go to the pool over here and see if we can catch the regional monster fish. Let's take care of these scorch though, because these scorch will sneak up on you. And I don't want to have a big like fish on the line, a rare fish on the line, and have a scorch come over and knock me in the back of the head, because that would just be like, no. I've had that happen before. It's bad enough that the game does it by itself. I have had a fish and then it acts like I was damaged, but I'm like, I wasn't hit by anything. Wasn't hit by anything. So I'm like, what in the world? I'm going to take care of all of these guys. There we go. Before I start fishing, because I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. I am over cucumbered. Yes, I know. Just checking for any bobbleheads. There's usually a bobblehead. I think it's either, yep, right here. Explosive too, and I needed that one. That's one of the ones I need. Explosive bobbleheads. Perfect. If you're not aware, the explosive bobbleheads when you need to make the explosive mod for your weapons, and I know how to make that mod. You just have to have all of the materials, which includes the modules, which takes a lot of modules. They're expensive to craft, and then you need the bobbleheads. So I'll take the bobbleheads whenever I can. Pick up the pumpkins here. And for those of you who are not familiar with Fallout and you're just stumbling across this, the reason that there's pumpkins out is because the bombs fell in October of 2077. So they were gearing up for Halloween celebration in the game when the bombs fell. And if you realize how close we are to 2077. Fallout is not that far off. And if you are like me, if you're an intuitive person, sometimes when I'm playing this game, there are some days it feels like I'm looking into the future at our our future in America because of how the world is right now, with how selfish people are, how there's no accountability. I believe that those people would be the raiders in this instance, and then I think we have the authoritarians that want complete control, and they don't want anybody else having technology and being able to be self-sufficient. They just want rules and control. I think those would make up like the institute, the institute. They'd make up like Voltec. They would make up Brotherhood of Steel. They would make up all of those that want that control. And then you have the group of people who just want to have a world back to normal. They just want a world where nobody's suffering. They want a world where people are coming together and helping each other out. There's no strict rules. Everyone's able to have technology as long as it's not dangerous, as long as it's not harming anybody and it's not going to be used for destruction. But if you have something that can help humanity in a way, then, share that and let it help humanity. But it'd be like the Brotherhood and the Enclave, and they don't want everybody else to have stuff. They want to be the dictator on how people go about their daily lives, what you can and cannot do, and what you can and cannot have, etc. You can't be mutated, for example. There's that as well with the Brotherhood of Steel, at least that part of it in Fallout 4, where they thought that anything other than human was an abomination. So since as well as super mutants and ghouls, especially like the ghouls that aren't feral, they still have some humanity left in them. They just don't look like a normal person would, because the nuclear fallout changed their structural DNA. So like they are saying that they're an abomination, even though they still have the feelings. They still feel human. They still feel fear and pain and love and all that. They still have empathy, at least from what I've seen in the game. The ghouls still have that human part of them. It's just that the outward appearance looks like a ghoul. And then you have the feral ones who completely went feral. And I think that the feral ones are the ones that go back to their most basic structural part, like an animal would. That's the feral. And that would be just having a hardened heart, in my opinion. That's just me. That's just how I perceive Fallout. I think that's why it interests me so much, is because I see a lot of the world. I don't see it separate. I see a lot of it coinciding with each other, which is a little terrifying, because it's like, okay, I don't really want this to happen, but I mean, look at it. It's difficult to deny. I don't think there's anybody been here all day or all morning, which is crazy. A drowned Chesterfield chair. I think that's all the plans I got. I'm trying to get the advanced. But I think they said that once you learn it, you can't get it. So I might have to just keep trying on my other account. So let's go ahead. We've already done everything that we need to do on this account. Let's exit out of here. I am going to go to my other account and do the fishing as well. But I have to leave. I have to end the broadcast. It's almost 9 o'clock. Anyway, so, because if I don't end it now, I'm just going to keep dragging it on, and I don't want to do that to people. And plus, I have to exit the game anyway, so I can access the atomic shop. There's something I need to get in there, and, I don't want to wait until it gets later, because it'll refresh and it'll be gone. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening. I appreciate everybody who does stop and take a listen. My channel is very small. I have 5 subscribers right now. Anyone who comes to my channel and listens, even for a split moment, and shares is greatly appreciated. I do have a lot of knowledge when it comes to Fallout. I've been scared to share it because I don't want to be considered a know-it-all. I will tell you that if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I admit it. I'll come back and say, oh, that's wrong. Or if someone points it out, I'll be like, oh, my apologies. And then I'll set it right. But I have been scared to voice who I am. I've been scared to share who I am because I didn't want to be persecuted. I didn't want to be, like, I've been through all that, and I wanted to fit in. And now it's just like I don't want to fit in anymore. At one point, you just stop trying to fit in. You have to embrace who you are. And I'm doing that right now. I'm going to embrace who I am. I'm going to embrace the voice that God put inside me. And I'm going to speak out against the wicked in this world. And I'm going to call it out. I know sometimes the truth is hurtful. I'm not transphobic. I'm not homophobic. I'm not racist. I don't see gender. I don't see color of skin, the skin tone. I don't see your body physique. It doesn't matter to me. I will tell you, like, if you're severely obese, I will tell you. I'll be straightforward with you because it's coming from a good place in my heart. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to say this is unhealthy. You're killing yourself. And I will do everything in my power to help them. But they have to want the change. They have to want the life. They have to want to live. I can't change them for them. They have to make that decision. I can just be there as a support. But even then, God will, like, if you mishandle a person that God sends you, they'll remove them because God's not going to let them spend decades on you. If you're not willing to make those baby steps to improve yourself, then that person can only give you the tools that you need, and that's it. That they can't do anything for you. They can't hold your hand and feed you and stop you all the time. They can't be there 24/7, 7 days a week, every waking second to say no, no, no. They can't do that. You have to have some self-control and accountability for yourself. You can take what they heard, take their words of wisdom, take their advice, and consider it if it's not something that you want to do, but you want to go a different route. It's at least tools that help you. If someone's like, okay, I think that you could go here, this will be a good resource for you, because I, for one, am not a nutritionist, but I can give, okay, this person here has been highly regarded. I think that would help you. Or this website's really great at meal prepping and planning, and this app is helpful for making sure you stay on track. You can track your workouts, etc. I can recommend, like, especially in my community, I can recommend a gym that will help you. We go to a great gym filled with amazing people who just want to see you be happy. They don't care what you look like. They don't care your weight. They want to know and they want to see that you are going to be alive in 5 years, that you're going to be the best version that you are. It doesn't matter if you're there to just lose 5 pounds, to lose 2 pounds, to bulk up a little bit, to gain more muscle. It doesn't matter if you're just there for endurance. It doesn't matter. They welcome you. They work with you. A lot of people are like, I can't afford it. Oh my gosh, this gym has gone above and beyond. I can't say it enough. So if you're in Wisconsin, if you're in Dodge County, message me. I have a gym for you if you've been struggling, because these people, oh my gosh, are amazing. They're the nicest. I've gone to a gym before multiple times. Always felt like I didn't belong. Always felt like I was being judged because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know anything. I've never been to a gym. I don't like exercise in a traditional sense. I like exercise when it's outside in nature, hiking, climbing in the mountains. Going up these steep, hills and using your muscles to lifting hay bales and doing fence posts, driving fence posts, and using your muscles naturally, doing stuff that you love. I've been used to that, and I don't have that right now because I'm in the city. So I have to go by other means. I go for walks at least once a day. I try to do twice, but it depends on the weather. Every morning it's a routine. As long as it's not raining, I'm outside every morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, out on a walk with my father-in-law's dog, getting him healthy because he's a little pudgy, and then getting myself, making sure I'm getting that exercise. And then I do it again. And then we go to the gym, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how our week is, depending on how our day is. We try to do that 3 times a week, 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes it's only twice. It's okay. We try. The fact is that you're still persevering you have setbacks, but you're still, you're not letting those setbacks say, okay, you're not doing it. So I'm going to be straightforward with you. If you are a person who is attracted to the same sex, and I am coming to you from a place of I care about you, I will tell it to you once, and I expect them to respect me and my views, but I'm not going to love them any less. I'm not going to love them. I'm not going to condone their decision, but it is their decision. It's free will, but I'm not going to treat them anything less than human. I'm going to treat them like a brother or sister. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to love them. I don't have to like what they're doing, and I can warn them. I could give them the word of God, but if they're set in their ways, that they are making that choice, and I have to understand that. I have to accept that and be like, okay, I do get you. This is your choice. I still love you. I'll still pray for you. I'm not going to call them names. I'm not going to belittle them. I'm not going to exile them and say that, oh, you don't deserve to be loved. You don't deserve. That is absolutely ridiculous. They absolutely do deserve to be loved and prayed over. And hopefully one day they'll hear God's heart in his word. It's the same thing with trans people who are not okay with their body. Those are the things that I really just break me, especially when it comes to kids with adults pushing it on children. A children's brain is not fully developed, and unfortunately, not even an adult, which they say is at 18, is fully developed at that time. It's still maturing. I do think that you should wait until you're into your 20s to decide to make any altering decisions to your body. And I do think that you should take your time and look at all avenues of what you're feeling. Don't just try to hide it. Don't just try to bury it, because that's not going to work. Burying those feelings and pretending just because you see other people who said that, oh, I felt the same way and I would transition and now I'm perfect. Those people aren't always telling you the truth, and most of the time they're not telling you the truth. They're not happy. They still have that feeling, but they push it deep down inside and they keep pretending. Again, this does not mean I don't love them any less. They're still my brothers and sisters. But I will not take part into their delusions. I'm not going to affirm, if they're born a woman, they're a woman. If they're born a man, they're a man. I'm not going to confirm that I'm not going to affirm that they're, in a wrong body. God doesn't make mistakes. There are no mistakes. The only thing that is going on is that we are being attacked from all sides. The enemy is relentless. And every avenue they will try, there's any vulnerability, they will try to get to you. And they will burrow so deep inside you that you think that it's you. You think you're the one who feels this way. You think you're the one who thinks this way. And in reality, it's not. So I will try to speak to those people, but always with love, always with respect. And if they want me to go away, if they're like, okay, I will respectfully bow out. I will always pray for them. I will continue to hope the best for them, that they come to know God's love, to know God's, His word, His voice, and that they be saved. I will always pray for them. And skin color, there's no such thing. We are all the same skin color, just different varying shades of that tone. So there's no black, there's no brown, there's no yellow. We're all the same skin tone. When we all the same skin color, it's just different varying shades of that skin color. So we're all mankind, all womankind. There's no skin tone that's better than the other. And I don't care what people say. I don't see skin color. I will address you as brother, as sister, as friend, as fellow human, as fellow child of God. It doesn't matter what you look like. I don't do that. And if I do come to you and I call you out for something that you've done, just know that it is based on your character. It's based on your character, based on your actions, has nothing to do with how you look. That will be gender, that will be your size, and that will be your skin tone. Those are off the table. Those are never anything that I will judge you based on. It is always the character, the content of your character, who you are as a person, your actions, present actions, not your past. If you've had a bad past and you've atoned for those, you've made progress to get away from that past. I'm not going to hold what you did 10 years ago against you. That's just ridiculous. I'm not going to hold what you did to me 2 hours ago, because I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give you grace, just like our Lord and Savior do for us. But that doesn't mean that we're going to allow you to continuously do the repeat of the pattern. Keep repeating over and over. Keep hurting over and over. Keep lying over and over. There's a point where we're going to be saying, look, I love you. I do. I love you. You've been a good friend. You're part of the family. Whatever the situation is for the relationship. I forgive you for everything you've done. There's no hard feelings there. But I cannot keep you in my life. This isn't because I don't want you in my life. I do. I've given you multiple chances. But you've shown me with your actions that this is something that you are going to do regardless. And I have done everything in my power to help you. But I can't force you to change your ways. I can't force you to wake up and see the things that you're doing are harmful and hurtful. I'll just pray for you. And just know that God is always there to love you. And I really want you to be the best version of who you are, because I think deep down inside that you are amazing. And I really want you to win this battle. Wishing the best for them, even though they've hurt you multiple times, even though they've done you wrong. They may have lied, cheated, stealed, stolen, whatever they've done. They may have done that multiple times. You've given them grace, but there's times at a point where you do have to walk away. And there's nothing that you can do. You can't force them to make a change. You can't force them to choose God. You can't force them to save, their souls by going to Jesus. You can't force them out of sin. They have to want it for themselves. That's what God gave us, is free will. We can give them the tools that are needed. We can plant that seed. But it is up to them to nourish and nurture that seed. We can't do it for them. We're not the Savior. There's only one Savior, and that's Christ. What we are to do is to plant the seeds. Let them know, hey, you don't have to feel this way. You don't have to be doom and gloom. You don't have to be in anxiety. You don't have to be in fear. You don't have to be in depression. There's a way out of this. That's through Christ Jesus. And the only way to our Father is through Christ Jesus. That is what we can do. And then we have, of course, the people who are making progress, the people who are trying so desperately to battle and fight. And what it is just helping them understand that they don't have to battle and fight. They don't have to. It's already been won. They just have to relinquish and let it go. Let everything go. So we help to them, we're there for you. And of course, the people who we do have to just like plant that seed in. One thing I tell people is that I'm always here. If you find it that you want to come to God and you don't know where to go, you don't know where to turn to, especially if you're not in my area, reach out to me. I'll help you. I'll try to find resources for you. I'll try to find people in your area. I will help you. I'll help you get the tools that you need to make this a possibility for yourself. I will help you. And I will help you if you want to, strengthen your relationship with Christ. You want to read the Bible together? We'll read the Bible together. If it's over, video chat or a phone call, we'll do it. If you want to Bible study together, if you have questions on the Bible, like, hey, what is your, how did you perceive this verse? Like, what are your thoughts on it? Shoot me a message. Let me know. I will happily talk to you about it. You want to talk about some of the things that you've gone through, and you want to just vent and get that off and cry and just let it out. I'm there for you. I've got you. But I will not let you back into my life to steal from me, to take from me anymore. I've given all that I could give. In those instances, I do have to let people go. And we do so with love in our hearts and a prayer, always for them to find salvation. So, when you come to my channel and you think that I'm judging anybody, please know that I'm not. The only time that I will call someone out on something is by their character. I'll be like, hey, that's not okay. This is not okay. This is not how God wants us to behave towards each other. This behavior is not okay. I'll call you out on that behavior. It does not matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what you believe. If you're a Democrat, Republican, if you're conservative, liberal, if you're independent, I don't care about your political views. I don't really care about your political views whatsoever. This isn't about politics. This is a spiritual battle that we're in right now. I care about your salvation. I want to see you saved. And I will call you out on it. If you're not receptive to it, that's nothing I can control. And most of the time, a lot of people come back and they'll just attack you. That's fine. I've been called all sorts of names. That's not true. I know it's not true. It's a reflection, usually, when people are calling names. You're calling me a demonic, demon-possessed, and all this stuff. It's a reflection of you, actually. Because when you look at somebody and they're able to overcome the things that you've battled as well, and you haven't been able to, you have things in you that you just can't let go. You can't let go of the person who cheated on you 3 years ago. You can't forgive the person who smacked you in the mouth at school, the bully who tormented you for 2 years, the bully who tormented you for your entire life. You can't forgive your dad for hitting you, or your mom. You can't forgive your spouse or ex-spouse for verbally abusing you. You get so angry at yourself for putting yourself in that situation, not giving any grace to yourself, knowing that you didn't know. You didn't know. And you stayed because you were scared. Give yourself some grace. Stop being so angry at yourself for the decisions you make. You made them. They're done. There's nothing you can do to change it. So why hold on to it? Forgive yourself. Once you forgive yourself, go to God. Go to Jesus and ask for forgiveness. Confess your sins. Confess everything that you've done. Give it all to God. Give your life to God. Let Him guide you. Let Him guide you down the path that He wants to see you in. God isn't going to forsake us. God doesn't want to see us fail. He wants to see us prosper. He wants to see us happy. He wants to see us just glowing down here, praising Him. So happy. So when we are saying, I don't want anything to do with you, that's pretty much going down our own path and doing things the way we want to. And that is leaving us open to the demonic forces in this world. And they will come at you full force. Especially if you don't have that protection from God. He will do everything He can. But He's not going to intersect. He's not going to force you. Because if you're telling Him to go away, I don't want anything to do with you, He's not going to push Himself on you. He's going to respect your wishes. That's how much He loves us. It hurts Him. Oh, it kills Him. It's like your heart being ripped out. Everybody knows that feeling, I'm sure. But He respects our wishes. And He lets us do our thing. Until it comes the time where we need Him. Then He's there. There's always that moment. There's moments where a lot of us hear His voice and we're so deep in darkness we don't know whose it is. We're so confused. We've been told so many different things and then we trust that voice and we follow that voice. And then He pulls us out of that darkness. And then you start to find, and then that moment realization, everything's real. It's real. Oh my gosh, it's real. It's real. It's real. The excitement that you feel, the anger that you feel, everything you feel, it just comes rushing in, and that's just the purge. That's just the purge. Everything coming out. The anger, the hate, everything, all of it comes out, and then you're just left feeling refreshed, cleansed. You don't hate anybody. You don't wish ill on anybody. Someone can call you a name, and you're like, feel so sorry for them. So much hatred in their heart. You see through the person and you see right into the spirit. And you see everything that they're carrying around, and then you feel sorrow. And you just want them to be better because you know how it feels once you let go. And you want them to feel that way. You want them to be like, wow, if they had Jesus, if they had God, they wouldn't even have to worry about feeling this way. They wouldn't have to be angry. They wouldn't be so mad all the time. They wouldn't feel the walls are closing in. They wouldn't feel so depressed. They wouldn't feel the weight of the world on their shoulders anymore. And you pray for them. You don't hate them. You don't hate them for attacking you. You don't hate them for the things you do. Because you see through it. You see what's really going on. And you can see those things. Every day you wake up, you feel the world. You feel the collective. You feel what's going on. And then when you open up your social media, the newspaper, or the news, you see the world in chaos. And then you can see, even from afar, the spirits that are behind it. And you're like, please, Lord, let them hear your voice. Let them hear your voice so they can know that this isn't the way life should be. That it can be better. When they follow you, it's heaven on earth. It's heaven. And you just start praying for everybody that you see that is in such despair. And then you look around the people that you love, and then you start to see things more clearly. But some of the people that you looked up to aren't the people you thought they were. It was all lies and masks. And you don't hate them. You don't hate them. You understand why they messed up. You understand why they had to pretend is because the spirits that are within them have taken complete control over them. And not in a sense where it's like they're possessed. It's just in a sense where they don't know what true light is. You get these false lights from these little highs, what demonic or the demons or Satan is like blessings. And they're not blessings, they're curses. And people think that, oh, this is God working. I'm good. I must be a great person because I just have everything in order. Meanwhile, they're complete and utter repulsiveness in behavior. I don't even know if that makes sense, but they have repulsive behavior. They treat people like trash. They're abusive. They're narcissistic. They think that they are God's gift to humanity. They're so vain. They think that they're perfect in every way. Satan does some really, really messed up stuff in this world. A lot of people blame it on God, but it's not God. God can't force himself onto you. He won't. He loves you too much. He respects you too much. Satan will force himself into you and onto you. He'll wiggle his way into your brain, into your soul, his little demons. When you start to realize that God didn't create us to be able to have emotions such as hatred, vanity, lustfulness. God didn't create us to be jealous. God didn't create us to hate, to be evil. We weren't created that way. But we can be that. If you're of this world, you can be that. If you set yourself apart, then you don't let it touch you. You don't let those emotions come to you because you know that's not God. That's not God. God isn't hateful. God isn't spiteful. God isn't that. God is love. God is love, and sometimes tough love is a thing. You have to understand that tough love is a thing. But he still loves. And he's not going to tell you that you're ugly. He's not going to tell you that you don't matter. He's not going to tell you that you're worthless. Those are not the words of God. So I will leave you with this. I do have to get going. I will leave you with that you are loved, you're wanted, you are needed in this world. Don't be afraid to lose the people around you. If that's what's stopping you, don't be afraid, because this has nothing to do with them. This is all about you and your salvation. And then the beauty of it is that once you're able to take care of yourself, then you can go forth and take care of other people. But how are you supposed to take care of other people if you're not taking care of yourself first? So stay prayed up. And just know that you're loved in this world. You definitely do matter. So don't let anybody tell you different. Oh, and you are beautiful. If you're a guy, you're also very handsome. But you can be beautiful too. Beautiful is not just for women. Beautiful is to express the beauty of who you are. Not just on the outside, but on the inside. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week if you don't check out any of my other streams. I thank you for listening, and I hope that anything that was said today resonated with you. And check back tomorrow for another live stream. It's going to be around 7:30ish, 8 o'clock. Goes for about an hour. Sometimes a little over. Sometimes I'll do my daily devotional. I feel the room, feel the day. If I feel that we need a break, I'll do a break. I'll still mention God. God is everywhere. God is in my heart. And every time I speak, it's always God on my mind, because I know that He's so amazing. I'm so grateful for everything that He's given me. I'm here. I'm alive. I woke up today. That in itself is a blessing. Thankful for that. I've got my dogs. I've got my husband. I'm loved. I love me. I have a garden that I can go and tend to. I have food that I am able to eat. I've got clean clothes. I've got a bed that I can sleep in. I'm not where I want to be, but I know I will get where I need to be. I have everything that I need. And I'm going to just wait here for God to, show me what I'm going to get. It's all in His due time. And it's the same for you. Things may not look what you thought they would look at right now, but everything is in His timing, not yours. Because He might be saying you're not ready yet. You have it. It's just you're not ready for it now. I still have to do some tweaking. I still got to mold you. Because if I give it to you now, I fear that people are going to squander it away for you. You're going to squander it away. You're still a people pleaser. Or you still have a little bit of a gambling problem. Or you still have a little bit of a problem where I don't think that you can handle it right now. And it won't become a blessing. It'll be a curse. So just hold tight. Just hold tight for just a little longer, I know it's hard in this world, but God is saying, like, if you're in that moment where you're just like, I've been here waiting for you, I'm so lost, I don't know what to do, I'm struggling, like, I've been praying and praying and praying, and I need this stuff, I need answers, I need my prayers answered, I'm struggling, I'm falling, but you're not falling. You do have everything that you need right now. Don't stress about anything. God's got you. God says that I'm not going to leave you, but I am going to make sure that you're ready. I know the posture of your heart. I know what you need. I know what you need to accomplish your goals. I know what you need to accomplish what I've called you to do. But understand that I need you to be molded into what I know who you are. I need to mold you into who I know who you are. I need to get all of the things that this world has done to you out of your system. I need to get all the negative thinking out of your system. I still need to perfect you. There's still things that I'm working on with you. It may not seem like that right now, but just know that it's coming. I hear you. I hear your prayers. I hear your tears. Whew. This is a heavy one, and I still gotta go. Oh my, I got 2 minutes. He says, I hear what you want to do. I see what you want to do. I know what you want to do. I see that dream that you have. You've given me that dream. But know that my thoughts are greater. My thoughts are not your thoughts. My plan is great. You have a great plan. But I'm going to take that plan and I'm going to make it even better. And I'm going to give you something that you are going to help your fellow brothers and sisters with. You're going to speak my name. You're going to share my glory. You're going to bring my children back to me. So, this is a hard one. Because it speaks to me too. Because I've been just like in this rut and being like, okay, God, what's going on? So, to channel that was great. It makes you emotional because it's like he hears you. And to be heard after years of not being heard, I'm pretty sure a lot of you will resonate with that. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Minus the crying, I'm pretty good. So until next time, toodles.